Peel Police are the only service in Canada, to my knowledge, that has a full-time officer assigned to every high school in the region.
So, did Carleton's Police Research Lab's frequent references to full-time actually mean that officers were in the high schools full-time?
Good afternoon, John Fraser. Peel Police Switchboard.
No. I'll now say that I also support school resource officers, but, you know, Peel Police.
Be it resolved that Peel Police review the practice of having police officers in schools and provide recommendations to the Police Services Board, taking into consideration the impact on young Black youth.
They didn't review the practice of having police officers in schools, taking into consideration the impact of young Black youth. Still haven't. Although given the way that Peel Police withhold key race data and doctor statistics, still haven't, is actually a good thing.
We are told frequently by critics that Black students in particular are disproportionately suspended and expelled from schools. Did you check to see whether or not students in marginalized communities in Peel might feel differently about the presence of the police in their schools versus those who aren't in marginalized communities?
So we selected our schools with great care.
The answer, Mr. Paikin, is no.
This study was not to see, and our purpose and our goal was not to see, what is the experience of racialized students in high school. Our goal was to determine the value of putting a program like that in place.
And if you'd conclude that Peel Police and this board could care any less about Black youth, you'd be wrong.
We're going to have such amazing data. So we collected a tremendous amount of data. My data, I do a lot of stuff on demographics and demographic change.
And so we go to the Duxbury Panel, Carleton University Police Research Lab study, because we want to know exactly what kind of demographic data was collected. And so they asked the students whether they considered themselves to be a member of a minority group. Approximately 1 in 4 students self-identified as a visible minority. There's a footnote, and then they say, note that the number of visible minority students in several of the schools who participated in our study was significantly greater than 25%. And what that suggests is that there's a significant difference between what students self-reported and the demographics of the student population. So why is taking into consideration the impact of young Black youth so important? Because every single Peel Police youth crime report since 2010 under neighborhood policing units, that's your school resource officers, contains the sentence, quote, many of the youth criminal charges have been the work of neighborhood policing unit officers, meaning school resource officers. And that sentence has been in all Peel Police youth crime reports right through 2016. In November 2017, poof, gone. Remember I said that Peel Police withhold key information? They also just delete it.
We've got a lot of people who are coming into grade 9 who've actually, believe it or not, already been arrested.
Now, Mayor Crombie was surprised that a lot of kids are arrested before they get to grade 9, but I wasn't. That's because in 2013, I filed Freedom of Information on Peel young offenders by race, ages 12 through 17, and it was a revelation. So I took all the 12-year-olds, 2008 to 2013, put them in a graph. Here are the results. In 2010, Peel Police arrested 24 Black 12-year-olds versus 23 white. And also in 2013, 26 Black 12-year-olds versus 24 white. Meaning for 2 years, 2010, 2013, they arrested more Black 12-year-olds than white. And if you look at 2013, the 12-year-olds in 2013 are the grade 9s in the 2015 Duxbury Carleton University Police Research Lab study group. These are the kids in the SRO study. Now the only thing is that kids who are arrested, guaranteed they've also been carded. And I just want to check whether there are also any years in the street checks where Black youth are carded more than white. And I have this here, and you can see that, yeah, for 2 years, 2014 and 2015, there were more Black youth carded right here, by Peel Police, than white, and that percent is 37 and 38%. And those school resource officers, when they're writing reports on kids, they're going to enter it right into a database, because I don't think you have to be stopped by police to be carded. And so that's the other issue, is how many of these kids are in the Peel Police database. And how young are they? These are 12-year-olds. Guaranteed that there's at least 8-year-olds in there. Guaranteed.